Hello, Menno from Ayaic here. Today we're going to do a video on vocals. We've gotten quite a number of requests in from users asking how to use COS Pro on vocals. You know, what ceilings to use, when, where, why, this type of thing. So I'm going to do a series of videos, R&B, pop, rock, but this one's going to be rap. So a lot of the users were doing rap and hip-hop, so this video is for you. Okay, but you're going to notice that in all of these, when you watch them, when I'm done with them and you watch them all, we pretty much are going to do the same thing to all vocals, because how a human makes sound is the same all the time. You have a resonation chamber for our chest, we have our throat, have our nasal resonation chamber, air comes out. So it doesn't matter, opera, pop, country, polka, you know, that's how a human makes sound, period. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. So here we have a song. It's by Cycle Realm. It's off their Book 1 project. We're doing a remix. It was recorded originally way back in 1999, like 16-bit 44K, excuse me. And you know, a lot of basically all the processing was applied. So you know, there's the original waves there. I don't know where they're at. So we have to deal with processed waves. But the good thing is, you know, COS Pro will just tighten them up, put them right where they need to be, and it'll all be good. So let's jump right in here. This is Jacken. And you know, it's not bad to begin with. Bring up COS and the Monolith, because as we're working we can kind of tuck it in and see how it sounds as we're going. So we'll let it learn real fast, and we're not going to use a ceiling preset or anything like that. We're just going to bring up the guides, which are still the ceilings, and we're going to just freewheel and manipulate the EQ, and it's fast and easy. Okay, so it looks like it's settled in. Let's hit freeze, so that locks it now so it doesn't move. And let's begin here with a -1.5. And what we're going to do first here is these two right here are the chest, basically. This is your throat, here is your nose, your nasal, and then your air is coming out. So we're going to take these two chest lobes and we want those to follow -1.5. All right. Nice. Okay, so now, and here's the only difference. We're going to do the same thing to Duke, his brother, as we do to Jack here. The only difference is right now we're going to use -7.5 on this part right here. But for Duke, he's a little bit more aggressive. Really, you know, on the mic, a lot more proximity effect. We're going to use -9. Other than that, we're going to do basically the same thing. Okay, so let's even this out.
All you see, buildings on fire, chaos on Roman streets. Hope is cheap, so by the local thief. Relief from the common grief, served on a platter, shatter your smallest dreams. Pick chiefs on referees on gladiator fields. We're too busy dodging the sword. Truth stays unrevealed.
It's just a nice way to work. It's very easy, very simple. Came down a bit.
They keep order by making street corners, gang borders.
Okay, so now we'll check -1.5 one more time. Always make sure to click over to the ceiling edit mode so that you don't accidentally hit your movie EQ, which it doesn't really matter, because since we're dealing primarily with a visual component, putting it right back is very simple. So you never have to really worry about that. All right, let's go to brown. And brown now is going to be from this top chest lobe. This bump here and the air are going to follow brown. So let's start here at 2. Kind of even that out nicely. Alright. Cool. And now we're going to use -4.5, and it's going to be on that back chest lobe, and yep, it's almost right there right now. Alright, let's check brown one more time, make sure it didn't change the other guys too much.
sword truth stays unrevealed. Sealed, all filed in the federal cabinets. Classified, ordered through chaos for world inhabitants.
Looks good, looks good. Yeah, let's bring this up a wee bit.
Beating down king and setting the theme for I started.
You can tell this was created by a perfectionist. So now for here, we're going to be using two. We're going to use 18 first. All right, set this on 40, and let's put the 30 higher there. All right, so put it right to that bump. Now what we're going to want is, see this intersection right here where the ceiling and 50 meet? That's where we want our sound to go, our spectrum. That's where it's going to cross. Like that. And then we just kind of listen to it. Make it sound decent. So it should look good. If it looks good, it sounds good too. It's kind of interesting that way here. All right, so let's go to 15. And that's where we want this to end up here. So let's grab these last three. All you see, buildings on fire, chaos on Roman streets. Hope is cheap, so by the local thief. From the common grief, served on a platter, shatter your smallest dreams. Pick chiefs or referees on gladiator fields. We're too busy dodging the sword. Okay, let's check 18 one more time. Just move it down like this. They keep order by making street corners, gang quarters, beating down king and setting the theme for I started. Cop quarters can't maintain the disorder, so they call the National Guard to come strike harder, rolling deep, headed for Monolith. All you see, buildings on fire, chaos on Roman streets. Hope is cheap, so by the local thief, relief from the common grief, served on a platter, shatter your smallest dreams. Pick chiefs or referees on gladiator fields. Let's listen before. Sword truth stays unrevealed, sealed, all filed in the federal cabinets. Classified, ordered through chaos for world inhabitants. After. They keep order by making street corners, gang quarters, beating down king and setting the nice. Much warmer, much better, more presence. He's just nice. Okay. Excuse me. So now what we're going to do is stop this real quick. How you use your monoliths is you always monolith your whole mix, and then you monolith your buses, your drum bus, your key bus, your guitar bus, vocal. And the reason you do that is because in the end of the day, your drums are one instrument. So even though you could have 16, tracks of drums and you'll monolith each element, but then that is just, your drums are just one instrument. Your keys are just one instrument, your music basically. And same with your vocals, and especially for rap like this, because Jacken's got a ad-lib, so does Duke, and sometimes people add 2, 3, 4 ad-lib tracks. And so what you're going to do is you consolidate all of those onto your vocal bus, and then you treat that as the vocal. And then you monolith it, and then you're good. So here we can see that he is going to his own bus, and what we're adding is a doubler, and we're going to add some reverb here. Great plugin, reverb and delay actually. And then bring up the monolith, and we are going to stop again real quick. We are going to bring up COS Pro one more time, because when you add effects, you could be adding, like the chorusing and the doubling and reverbs and delays and all that, certain frequencies will build up and other ones will come back down because of the effects. And so it's going to throw off the work that we just did, the balance slightly in certain areas. So we're going to bring up COS Pro to put it back, to easily, quickly just put it back. So you COS Pro beforehand, use whatever effects you want, have fun, and then afterwards bring up COS Pro and boop, put them right where they need to be, the frequencies, bring up the monolith, bam, tuck it in, and you're good to go. And that's what we're doing right now. So let it just settle a bit. Move our ceiling out of the way. Nice. So let's freeze it. All right, let's bring up minus 1.5 again. All right.
disorder, so
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Kind of drops it down there. We like that body. We like that chest. All right, so now minus 7.5 again.
Referees on gladiator fields were too busy dodging the sword. Truth stays unrevealed. Sealed, all filed in the federal cabinets.
A little bit there. Let's kind of
keep order by making street corners, gang borders, beating down king and setting the theme for ride starter. Cop quarters can't maintain the disorder, so they call the National Guard to come strike harder. Rolling deep, headed for Florence and Normandy, where all you see buildings on fire, chaos on Roman streets. Hope it's cheap, sold by the local thief. Relief from the common grief.
All right, let's go to brown.
Chiefs or referees on gladiator fields were too busy dodging the sword. Truth stays unrevealed. Sealed, all filed in the federal cabinets. Classified order through chaos for world inhabitants. They keep order by making street corners, gang borders, beating down king and setting the theme for ride
Nice, nice.
So they call the
cool, let's check. Minus 4.5.
Where all you see buildings on fire, chaos on Roman streets. Hope it's cheap, sold by the local thief. Relief from the common grief, served on a platter, shatter your smallest dreams. Pick chiefs.
Yep, basically he's right there. Okay, let's check our 18.
All filed in the federal cabinets, classified order through chaos for world inhabitants.
30.
They keep order by making street corners, gang borders, beating down king and setting the theme.
Yep, didn't change too much.
The disorder, so they call the National Guard to come strike harder. Rolling deep, headed for Florence and Normandy, where all you see buildings on fire, chaos on Roman streets. Hope it's cheap, sold by the local.
Okay. Bring up 15.
Dreams, pick chiefs or referees on gladiator fields. We're too busy dodging the sword. Truth stays unrevealed. Sealed, all filed.
A wee bit.
Classified order through chaos for world inhabitants. They keep order by making street corners, gang borders, beating down king and setting the theme for ride starter. Cop quarters can't maintain the disorder, so they call the National.
Okay, so now for the final Monolith, bringing his ad-libs too. Just monolith them up and treat them like one vocal. And you can hit it real quick and drop it down, tuck it down into its ballpark and then hit learn again.
They keep order by making street corners, gang borders, beating down king and setting the theme for ride starters. Cop quarters can't maintain the disorder, so they call the National Guard to come.
Nice. Okay, cool. So now we're going to do Duke, but we're going to do something a little different. It's been a long day. It's late here in the studio. Oh, let me set my range. So we're going to give our ears a rest, and we're going to do this in absolute silence. Do the same thing, even do the minus 9 instead of the minus 7.5. But it's not the optimum way to work. We don't condone that as the way to work, but the fact that it's possible speaks volumes for the technique. So yeah, when you're using noise, you always know where you're at. Oop. Playing it to learn it. Once it learns and settles in, we'll click freeze, and then I'll just stop the song and we'll work quiet. Yeah, looks pretty good. Freeze it, stop it, and now let's just go through the what we know that we need to do, which is minus 1.5. for these two chest lobes here. You could have had working like this it's nice to be able to do this, because you could have had a very long day, and then you just kind of need an ear break, but yeah, you still got a lot of work to do. So you can just grab some coffee, grab some tea or something like that. See, we're way off there, and then just put in work. And always know exactly where you're at. And him, we're going to do something a little different with him. All right. Nice. Okay, so what we're going to do now is check our -1.5 again. Make sure that didn't change too much. And just a smudge. Okay, so now we'll go to brown. Ooh, he's way down there. Nice. Yeah, bring him up a little bit more. Kind of make that parallel with brown, which is a wonderful sounding noise, by the way. Let's check our 9 again. That was kind of the thing way back in the day. People are like, oh, it's the American sound or the British sound. Well, the American sound was more based on pink noise, and the British sound was more based on brown noise. It's kind of, at least for me, my opinion, it's a warmer, more universal, beautiful noise. Anyways, nowadays it's combinations, so all of that's kind of a moot point. All right, let's bring up -4.5. Okay, now we want him to hit -4.5 as well. Boop. Grab these two. Boop. And one more time with the -9, just kind of taking our time and just making sure it's right where it needs to be. Cool. Now let's check our 18. Put this to 40. Way down. Yeah, I like that. It's probably going to sound good. Yeah, bring it up a bit. Okay. Bring in 15. Check 18 again. Yeah, it came down a bit. Oh, there we go. All right. So now let's play this. And let's put it back up. Right. There you are. Before. Fucking smoke the rival. We plan, you will fall and leave you wasted on the rival. After. Can you survive these real hard times? One confidential of mine, well, alright. We go to the streets at night and fight in the sick ass I show mine. Nice. And we did that all without listening to it. Noise does not lie. Our ears will lie. People will lie. Noise and our eyes. And we're lining up two lines. It's child's play. All right, so let's go over here to to his bus. And we'll do this in, well, we know what, let's let it learn for a bit. Can you survive these real hard times? One confidential of mine, well, alright. We go to the streets at night and fight in the sick ass I show mine. We play the government rolling straight up, fucking smoke the rival. It's my video, my screen recorder. Gotta get a better one. All right, looks like it's there. Rest of the ears again. It's nice and quiet around here in the studio. want to take advantage. All right. Sorry, get back to work here. Bring up -1.5. Yep, see, again, the effects and all that kind of drop things down, and they altered stuff. Well, you know, I did that there. Let's do this. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Now remember it's -9. Now it's a little low, so we'll grab this. And nice. Okay. Let's check -1.5 one more time. Yep. All right. Let's check brown. Yeah, it drops down quite a bit. Boop. All right. Like that. There we go. Let's bring up -4.5. And okay, I came up, so we'll bring this down here. All right, let's go back and check 9. Well, actually, that's a little high. There we go. Check 9 again. There you are. Cool. All right, let's do our, let's check brown one more time. A little low here. Nice, okay. Now go to 18. It was a beautiful day today. It's nice and sunny here in California. Of course, I was stuck in the studio all day, so where there are no windows. But I love it. I'd have no other way. 15. Especially when it's so easy to work like this. Okay. Looks good. Now let's listen.
We play the government rolling straight up. Fucking
4.
We plan, you will fall and leave you wasted on the rival.
After.
Can you survive these real hard times? Why competition? We go to the streets at night and fight in the gas. I show mine. We play the government rolling straight up. Fucking smoke the rival. We plan, you will fall and leave you wasted on the rival. Can you survive these
Nice.
real hard times?
Listen to both of these guys together. So let's go back to the beginning of Jack. And
They keep order by making street corners, gang borders, beating down king and setting the theme for ride starters. Cop quarters can't maintain the disorder, so they call the National Guard to come strike harder. Rolling deep, headed for Florence and Normandy, where all you see, buildings on fire, chaos on Roman streets. Hope is cheap, sold by the local thief, relief from the common grief, served on a platter, shatter your smallest dreams. Pick chiefs or referees on gladiator fields, we're too busy dodging the sword, truth stays unrevealed. Sealed, all filed in the federal cabinets, classified order through chaos for world inhabitants. Can you survive these real hard times? Why competition to find what alright? We go to the streets at night and fight in the gas. I show mine.
nice. And there you go. COS Pro and the Mix Monolith together are heck of a duo. They're such a compliment to each other. Very easy to work. there you go. That's how easy it is to handle vocals. So you can, even if you're starting with a completely raw vocal, bring up COS Pro. That's where you want to, for especially if you're doing rap and hip hop, treat your vocal like that. Hit your, compressor nice and hard, because the good thing is the energy that you're giving your compression your compressor only reacts to energy, for the most part, unless it's a multi-band. Just a compressor is just going to react to energy. So you want to feed it the proper energy. You want to feed it only what you want it to look at, and then it's going to work optimally. And so you're not going to have to like over compress because you've got an abundance of low end energy or something like that. So, COS Pro your vocals, hit your compression. COS Pro afterwards, because the compressor will then change it a bit. Send your stuff to your bus, put on some effects, tape, harmony, harmonics, reverbs, delays, chorus, whatever. And then last thing, put on COS Pro again, even everybody out where it's supposed to be, because things will have changed again. Put on your Monolith, and then boop, there you go. So, Monolith be on your regular track, then send your bus. And I forgot to mention that, but that's how easy it is. All right. Happy mixing. Till next time. Bye.
We play the government rolling straight up, fucking smoke the ride.